Good evening, dear fellow masters and guests. I would like to start from a question. Do you know what is the title of my speech today?
Yes.
LG. So this is very popular abbreviation. Do you know what does it stand for? So today I'm going to talk about life, its positive sides, and my observation about how to be happy, not for a definite period of time, but to have lasting happiness. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and to some extent, I believe I found the answer to this question. And while giving speech, I hope you will find out what is it exactly. So let's move on. So one question to everybody: would you like to have Ferrari and a villa somewhere? Raise your hands if you want to have such kind of, let's say, luxury. Yeah. Okay, majority of people would say yes. Why not? So I've been thinking about it, and it turned out that we always want to have more and more. People usually complain a lot of times about different things, and it seems to me that we are not satisfied. We might be satisfied for a while, and that's it. For example, now I have HTC, I want to have iPhone. What's next? Nobody knows, but it will continue and continue. And I think that the desire of the person doesn't have borders. So, just a second. So, I would like to start from my school time. I think that the desire to be a financially independent person started in me very early, and the desire was higher than in any other people at school, I guess. Because in the second class, I started reselling wartime postcards. I used to buy from people who participated in war, in the Second World War, and they used to have a lot of, collection of postcards, and it was not useful for them. I used to talk with them and just sell it at school while break. Then in the fourth class, I started to sell horns, but it's not like, this is like a pipe. I don't know whether you had it, like a pipe, yellow one, and I used to buy it and it used to sell it. And I even in the fifth class, I managed to open a mini shop in my house. I used to sell gums, chewing gums, and corns, and my business was quite well. But when I was in ninth class, riding a bike was very popular. Majority of, let's say, my friends used to have one, but I didn't have. My family couldn't afford it due to some reason. Then I took the initiative and started collecting used parts of the bike from garbage and from market. And in 3 months, I managed to bring together all necessary parts to make a bike. I was one of the, I think, the happiest person in the world at that time. But there was one minus, it didn't have brakes. But I didn't care about it at that time. I have to admit that I had some minor injuries while riding this bike, but it was really fun. Then I entered the university. I'm originally from Uzbekistan, so I was born in Samarkand. I graduated Tashkent World Language University. While studying there, so I had modest budget, let's say, and whenever I had a chance, when there is festival or holidays, I used to go home. And all the time I had to take bus. There were another options as well, plane, taxis, but I couldn't afford. And you know, I didn't like. I still don't like buses because it's time consuming, firstly. Secondly, let's say, usually we have old buses, and every bus has its distinct smell, which I hate it all. You can't do anything with it. Now, currently I'm living in Almaty. I have my language school, and I can afford even plane. But whenever I get to Tashkent, from Tashkent to Samarkand, 300 kilometers, and I often, not always, I often take bus. You know why? Any ideas? Just why do I do it?
You can read and you can do a lot of things. Watch the films.
Oh, okay. Actually, our bus doesn't have, monitors.
Just remind yourself which progress you've made?
Bus is much cheaper.
Yeah, it's true, but it's not about money now.
Bus is
So-
much cheaper than train.
Yes. So I will tell you why. I usually sit at the back of the bus, which is called cinema, because you can see then when it turns left or right, you can see the whole picture. And it reminds me, you know, because now I have progress, I'm developing my business, and I shouldn't forget where I started. This is like a shock therapy for me. So I do it often, but not always. But coming to the point, what I said, your lasting happiness, when I started managing my school, I started teaching as well. It's not only managing, you have to be inside this process. So I started teaching, and I suddenly realized that when you focus, before I used to focus on myself only. Now I'm trying to focus on others, on my clients, students, school children, my friends. And I figured out that enabling other people's dreams is much more satisfying and rewarding. And it lasts longer when you understand and you see that you helped somebody and that person achieved something. When you see the joy and smile on their faces, you feel it's difficult to explain, you know, something quite different. So in my opinion is that if we enable other people's dreams, we would be much more happy and we would be able to achieve our dreams as well. In order to support my idea, I've recently finished a book which is called Never Eat Alone. The writer is Kate. Yes, that person, and it's about networking, and I think other people know it very well, because without networking, to do something in Central Asia at least is quite difficult. So, and she states in her book that she has 5,000 real active contacts to which she can rely on any time. And she says that how she achieved it. She did it by helping sincerely and without awaiting payback. She says that I am always trying to be helpful and responsive. If you follow this path, you will eventually have enough numbers. And so time is almost up. So to sum up, I would like to say that I strongly believe that everybody who's sitting here now is full of energy and ability to accomplish a lot of things. The desire to achieve personal Everest is normal and natural thing among people. All we have to do is to keep going on, no matter what happens, and never lose childlike wonder. It's very important because it's what drives us. Thank you very much.